And one of the realities for the Kansas City Chiefs, and this applies to anyone who achieves at a high level, you can eventually become complacent. You take it for granted. You don't want to go back to the valley of 0 and 0 and climb the same damn mountain again. I'd like to find a different mountain to climb. It's the same thing, same thing. Here's Andy Reid from today on how the Chiefs go about avoiding complacency.
No, listen, we try to focus on the game and try to keep it at that, and work hard. Sometimes when you work hard, it keeps you focused more so than backing off. And our guys have they've done that. They do it through training camp. They're doing it up to this week and throughout the season. So, and I've got a good locker room. On top of that, some senior veterans there that don't let things slide in the locker room. And then the coaches, some of the continuity with the coaches, I think also helps.
We talked about that yesterday. The continuity with the coaches is an underrated aspect of the ability of the Chiefs to hold this together. When you don't have to replace Steve Spagnuolo, defensive coordinator, when you don't have to replace Matt Nagy, the offensive coordinator, when they continue to not get head coaching opportunities, you hold it together. Dave Tobe at one point was mentioned as a potential head coaching candidate. He's been there forever. You have that core, and you never have to go through the transition of someone new.
Special. I mean, you talk about a trifecta right there, right? And then we're not even talking about Matt Nagy, who I would say is still a damn really good coach and is the offensive coordinator. We know that's a little bit of a tandem deal with Andy Reid. But yeah, they got everything. And then, like we talked about yesterday, you're right, with Veach. We talked a little bit about it with Thomas Dimitrov. I mean, Veach and Andy Reid have the perfect combination of being able to lean on each other, not too much ego there, right? Then he talks about, like, the veteran players in the locker room. You got to have that. You got to. When like, a locker room has to be able to police itself to a degree, right? They're not the sheriff is still the head coach. We know that, but any good team, at least I was on, and I think this holds true for most people I've ever talked to in football. I got there the year after the Bucs won the Super Bowl. Man, if we had a bad practice, if things didn't go right, you're going to hear about it. Like Derek Brooks and Rondé Barber were going to yell at the defense and say stuff, and like, it's not acceptable with a bunch of curse words or whatever else. If the offense wasn't doing good enough, Warren Sapp, as a defensive tackle, was going to make fun of the offense at practice, right? And be like, oh, you guys look like shit today. Sorry, London, all right? And say stuff like that.
Sorry.
So I'm not really sorry, but sorry, not sorry. But either way, okay, that is necessary. And that's where I think we're getting back to this is, like, they're not bored by any of it. They still want it. And it feels like they approach it like it's new. They don't seem bored by, let's go to the White House again. And I think some teams, like Josh McDaniels, when I played for him in the Denver Broncos, I'll never forget this. The Patriots have been to the Super Bowl and won it in 2001, 3, and 4, right? I think they declined the third year because they were kind of like, we've been here 3 of the last 4 years. We're bored with it. But I remember now in 2009, he's my head coach of the Denver Broncos, and how ashamed he was that he was bored with it. Because now, oh, wait, we haven't been back. How dare I took that for granted. We all did a little bit in New England, right? And they don't seem to do that. And again, I'm amazed by that magic by them.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.